Okay, guys, it's Majesty Ibianga with the Financial Drive-thru, and it's good to be back. This is actually my very first live video, and I decided I had to try this one out because I'm a bit excited about the Crypto.com Bitcoin sale. Right now, you could stand a chance to get 50% off Bitcoin using the app itself. So yeah, it's actually, like I said, my very first time doing this. And so I'm going to be, you're going to have to just generally forgive me if the whole thing isn't moving as smoothly as this. But I'm going to link all the websites that are required and basically be talking about how you can get staked in this. I've put my referral link in the chat. Do let me know who's online. If you're online, just, drop something in the comments so I know, basically this information is going out the right way. Now, it's 3:22 a.m. here. I'm in Canada, and I just, had to get out of bed and do this. So I don't know if this is showing. So let's see. Again, like I said, it's the first one, so you're going to have to forgive me if this doesn't go exactly as planned. And definitely, if you are interested in getting some Bitcoin, I would definitely encourage you guys to try this out. So what I'm doing is I'm also linking the Syndicate's website in the chat. And generally, I would say you could check it out. This whole thing is absolutely crazy. I initially thought I wasn't going to be able to participate in it because to normally participate in it, you're supposed to stake 10,000 CRO tokens. Now, CRO is the native token on the Cryptocom app. It's the lifeblood of the system, pretty much. And basically, all you're going to have to do is get your Cryptocom app set up as well as the exchange. So I've linked the exchange in the comment section as well. And like I said, okay, I see I have 2 people on now. So guys, if you could just let me know if any of this is making sense and if there's anything that you need, I'll be able to put that out as well. Interesting stuff happening right now. Now, Cryptocom basically is an app platform that allows you buy and sell cryptocurrencies as easy as it gets. I've actually never seen it be this easy, and it's absolutely ridiculous. I really love the platform. So what you need to do basically to get set up, and I guess I'm probably going to put that in the comments as well, just in case people, join and want to know how to do it. So you get signed up, download the app. If you already have it, then it's going to be a very straightforward process for you. If you don't, like I said, I've put down the referral link. You get $50 in your app once you sign up using my link, and I also get $50 as well. So I guess that works out for both of us. So definitely, I would love it if you, indulged and went ahead with that. That said, so yeah, links in the comments. First of all, you get yourself the app. And once you have the app all set up, you want to also go to crypto.com/exchange. And over there, you'll be able to log in after you've created the app. Now, first-time users, is going to be a verification process. And the way this is happening with the Syndicate event, I wish I'd really done this earlier, but I'm hoping this actually helps someone. Now, the way this whole thing goes is normally you would have to stake CRO to be able to participate, but I just found out even if you aren't staked, you could get up to $200 worth of Bitcoin for half price. And I'm talking 4,000, I think. One second, let me just confirm that real quick. $4,560 is what you'll be buying Bitcoin at if you participate in this right now. Now, as of right now, the price of Bitcoin is price of Bitcoin right now is $1,144. So that is really, really a sweet deal. And once you get that, the allocation after 24 hours, you could go either way, okay? You could choose to keep the Bitcoin. You could choose to sell it because you would be selling it at a premium if you think about it. So definitely one way to go. Process to get through this. Once you have the app set up and you have the exchange logged in, if you open up your app, I'm going to be looking at my phone. to get this whole thing started, right? Just give me a second. And guys, I mean, seriously, if you're interested in this kind of thing, definitely give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I want to at least know that this is helping people, and then drop some comments in there as well. Okay, so I'm opening up the app now, just so I can give like detailed descriptions of how to get the whole thing set up. All right, so if you have the app open, you want to go to accounts. And when you go to accounts, you're going to see your wallet, and you're going to see the exchange, and you're going to see crypto earn, as well as the fiat wallet options. What we're interested in now is getting money onto the wallet first. So if you already have CRO and you've linked your exchange already, you could send your CRO straight to the exchange and go to the Syndicate Event and basically subscribe. What they're doing is they are giving the allocations only to the first 25,000 people who subscribe for the event. And the event started at midnight today, June the 30th. So what you need to do, like I said, you get onto the wallet, and as loading your CRO, you, first of all, basically you would most likely have Bitcoin or whatever currency. So you want to buy CRO if you haven't already done that. Now, once you buy that CRO, the next thing that you're going to have to do, and really this applies to any syndicate event that's going to happen. The beautiful thing about it is if you do miss this one, just so you know, they do a syndicate event every 2 weeks, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. They've done for Engine Coin and a few other coins so far, but right now, today is the Bitcoin day, and it's a really big deal because, I mean, everybody wants more Bitcoin, right? But the beautiful thing I like about this, the beautiful thing I like about this app is how seamless it is. You could use basically any bank card at this point. The only thing is your bank is going to do like the exchange rates and kind of balance everything out. But what you want to do is you can load in your bank card and make direct purchases directly from your bank. Now, the first transfer most likely will always work. Most banks will need you to contact them just to make sure you wanted to make this kind of purchase from the company because, well, I guess you've probably never done it before. So the bank is going to be a bit skeptical and you might get flagged the second time. But once you call them, they'll clear it out. And after that, it's a very smooth experience. First time you load your card in, they're going to charge you about 10 cents just to make the initial test, to make sure the whole thing links up. So 10 cents, you get refunded that once the whole thing is verified, and then you can go ahead and keep, making purchases. Now, once you've bought your Bitcoin, you could either do it, say, like I said, with the card or with fiat if you actually have it. There are a bunch of countries, I would say all over North America, in Dubai, Philippines, Singapore, a bunch of other places, you can actually at this time use fiat to make purchases. I know in Nigeria, pretty much any bank, I know a lot of people are using like Zenith Bank, GTB, and some others to make these things happen. And it's been absolutely great. There's an entire Telegram community. You know what? I'm gonna link that as well in a second, and I'll put that in the comments just make sure this whole thing goes. Now, once you load up your wallet with Bitcoin, right? You want to buy CRO in case you don't have any. So you're going to go to your accounts, hit the crypto wallet. And once you're in there, at the top, you see the total value of what you have in your wallet, so your balance, right? Underneath that, you have the buy, sell, pay, and transfer tabs. And you basically just want to buy Bitcoin at that point. Sorry, buy CRO at that point. And after you've bought it, you'll be able to go back and click on the exchange. Now, if you've linked the exchange, it'll pop up in your app. If you haven't, it wouldn't do that. So the second link that I've dropped over there is what you need to use. Just get to that second link, get into the exchange, and log in with the same email and password that you just used to set up your app in case this is the first time doing it. Again, remember, if you don't have the app, simply use the link that I've put, the referral link, and you'll be able to download the app. And you get $50, I get $50. It's a win-win situation. You then go back to your app, like I said, hit the exchange button, and there's going to be the option to transfer funds directly to the exchange. If it's the first time you're doing this, you should see all the coins that are listed out. So you need to scroll all the way down past, I think they have about, it looks like about 25 coins at this time. VeChain, Litecoin, Chainlink, Cardano, Icon, EOS, and a bunch of others, right? So you transfer the CRO over to the exchange, and next thing you want to do is head over to the Syndicate. And that's where you're going to see the Syndicate anniversary special that they're doing right now. So again, at this time, just for clarification, one Bitcoin is going for about 35,637 CRO. Now, there are a bunch of different options you can stake as. And so anyways, I'm just going to read through this. So time remaining until the sale ends, you have 20 hours. And so far, about 10,926 people so far have signed up for this whole thing. So remember, the max count that they're going to accept is 25 grand. And I mean, it's just, again, absolutely good. So here they say they're pleased to present the 4th anniversary special on June 30th, 2020, featuring Bitcoin at 50% off. And they're given a $2 million allocation for this. So $2 million is being shared today to everyone who has either staked or at least who owns the app and jumps on this in time. And so, I mean, it's really up to you. If you do get on this one, that's great. If you don't, they usually do something, like I said, every 2 weeks. Now, the best part about this for me, because I haven't staked 10,000 CRO, which is the required minimum if you're going to be staking on the exchange to participate in basic syndicate events. So I didn't know until, I would say, about 2 hours ago that no CRO staking was involved. And yeah, crypto exchange users all around the world are welcome to use this, right? So just to recap, there's 2 million USD worth of Bitcoin up for grabs at 50% off. And the minimum contribution that you need is 200 CRO. If I check the price of CRO right now, CRO is actually selling for 12 cents. So 200 CRO as your minimum stake, as your minimum subscription is not a big deal, at least to most people. So it doesn't really matter. The way the syndicate works, we're going to go over that in a second. But the way the syndicate works is it doesn't really matter if you don't like have like a huge amount. I mean, if you're going to get Bitcoin at half price, this absolutely makes sense. Now, the beautiful thing about Crypto.com is I am so in love with this platform right now. Like I don't even know where to begin with them. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about the FUD that happened with Wirecard. Wirecard happens to be the Visa card provider for the platform in the UK. And what happened was Wirecard turned out to be like a fraudulent company. The CEO had been skimming off the top, and about $2 billion went missing or so. So what happened was Crypto.com came out real quick. I love the way that they handled the whole thing. I actually had to make an Instagram story about it earlier today, yesterday. And what they said was that they were going to make sure every single user, and trust me, right now they have about 2 or 3 million users and probably more after tonight. So they said they're going to make sure everybody who had funds on all their Visa cards is going to get it back within 48 hours. And the crazy part about it, they did that overnight. Like in 24 hours, everybody had gotten their money back. And they didn't get it back in like CRO tokens or like MCO tokens, as most platforms we've seen in the past would do. What they ended up doing was they got it in their currency. So true GBP, British pounds. Jesus Christ, I have like so much going on with my mouth today. Okay. So they got all their money back in their actual currency, and that's good, because if they had done it, say, in their CRO or MCO token, I would say people wouldn't have had as much faith in the platform. But what I find is a lot of people are actually more bullish right now on MCO, because if you have bad news, MCO is the token that powers the Visa cards that they were using. And Crypto.com basically was handling things in such a way that they if you were to buy MCO, for example, and you buy a bunch of it and stake about 50 MCO, you get to acquire their ruby red Visa cards after staking for like 6 months. Now, the Visa cards are absolutely wonderful. I would say they're still working in the US and in Dubai and a bunch of other places right now. But in the UK, everything's on standby. Correction, not Dubai. I think Dubai was also affected. Let me know in the comments when you see this if that applies. This is a live video. Haven't had enough time to get all those little facts out. But what they did now is, since everyone got their money back, they now have to wait and try and get like a new Visa card provider who will be handling all those transactions. Now, their plan, what they've said is they hope to be able to use the platform, whatever new Visa card provider that they get set up with, they hope to be able to use them and link those old card numbers that they got, the old card from from Wirecard. And they hope to be able to link those cards and then, have people continue using them. So for everybody who already has a card and who's been handling Crypto.com transactions and enjoying all the perks and everything, just don't get rid of your cards quite yet. The important thing for me and why I am particularly bullish about this platform is, one, they're super, super generous. $2 million worth of Bitcoin at half off. Now, obviously, they would have bought this, like way down, way lower. So maybe even if they bought when it was 3,000, 2,000, probably way earlier, so they can afford to do this, right? Because a lot of people are always like, okay, where's the money coming from? Where's all that going to happen? I am super, super impressed with the way they've handled everything. And, I'm quite eager to see how the whole thing goes. So, yes. Are you guys on this now? I see I have about 3 people. So if you can hear me, if any of it making sense, I'd like a few comments in this section. Okay, back to what we were saying. So for me, it's important to see how companies handle crisis because obviously, especially in the cryptocurrency space, we all are used to seeing like scams and people running away. Like exit scams happen like every other day. And it's been super hard to invest in Bitcoin. And so trading had become like the major thing with all the regulations that have been going on and everything that's going on right now where, well, let's be honest, right? Bitcoin hasn't been doing anything for like the last 2 weeks. The price has pretty much just been ranging in the same area. And so if you get the opportunity to actually increase your coins in any way, I definitely think that's something people need to do. Now, think about it this way. They are doing a bunch of different things. First of all, they have their Crypto Earn platform, which allows you to earn interest on your crypto. So it's not even just Bitcoin. You could stake Ethereum, Engine Coin, Litecoin. I think there's also Chainlink and a bunch of others right now. And you stake those for different tenors, different terms, different periods. So there is the flexible option where you can always easily withdraw your funds without, any hassle, no stress, no fuss. And it still earns you money every day. But the problem with that is you get like less interest per annum. But then if you are doing like the 1 month or the 3 month terms, you are locked in and you can't withdraw those funds. But basically, you get more interest on your coins. Now, the interest is paid out to you every week, every 7 days, and it's paid in the currency that you staked. So, for example, if I were to stake Bitcoin, I would be getting, say, Bitcoin every 7 days. And, if I stake something else, I'd be getting that coin as well. So it's a great way to grow your coins, I find. They've been handling themselves really, really well. But right now with the whole Syndicate event, it's absolutely ridiculous. So anyways, enough talk. Let's go over the process, right? So once where was I? Yeah. So onto the exchange, you've bought your Bitcoin, okay? And you've bought your CRO tokens, or in case you haven't, you have sent some Bitcoin to the app, put it on the platform. And then the next thing, of course, is to buy a CRO because that's the currency that they're using to handle their Syndicate event. Again, it's their native token, so makes sense. Buy some CRO, click on the exchange on your app, and the next thing you want to do is transfer those funds to the exchange. Now, I've linked the exchange in the comment section for anyone who's trying to do this. All you really need to do, it's super easy. Well, if I'm being honest. It's a process if it's your first time. This is actually my first Syndicate event. So I am jumping the gun on this video, forgive me, in case this looks very tacky and unprofessional, but hey, I honestly haven't even figured out how to use the new YouTube studio to share my screen. So it'll be interesting to find out later on after this if every time I flick away from the screen, it shows up. All right, so you sent your funds to the exchange. Next thing you want to do is hit the Syndicate event. So it's at the top of the screen at the top tab. Hit Syndicate, you get to see all the instructions, the fact that it's going on right now. There are 20 hours, 18 minutes, and 4 seconds to go with about 11,000 people already subscribed. So 44% of the slots already gone. Now, let's go over what you're really doing here. Everyone is given a maximum allocation of coins depending on what they've staked. Now, this, I believe, might be the first time I'm seeing that people who haven't staked any CRO tokens can still participate in this, because the ideal minimum has been 10,000 CRO. And there's a whole table over here that shows you the amount of CRO that you need to put on the platform depending on where you fall in the staking pool. So if you haven't staked any CRO at all and you still want to participate in this, the maximum allocation you can get is $200 worth of Bitcoin. Now, it sounds either way to me like a win-win, because think about it. $200 worth of Bitcoin at half price is a great deal, because if I say I wanted to sell whatever I get, then, I'm still way at a profit. If I say I want to hang on to it, expecting the price of Bitcoin to rise, which we all want to see, then that's another way to go. If you happen to have staked about 10,000 CRO, maximum allocation of Bitcoin you're going to get is 1,000 USD. Same thing goes if you've done 50,000, maximum allocation is 2,000 USD. Some people who are staking like 100,000 to about 50 million CRO. My God. Okay, so if you, I guess for you to even fall into this category, you are either a heavy spender or you were lucky enough to get in on the ICO stage of this platform, right? But if you have anything about that, once you check the Syndicate page, you're going to be able to see exactly how much CRO you need to send to the exchange to be able to get the maximum allocation. Now, so how it works. For an upcoming sale, the token supply is 200 Bitcoin. And in this case, there is 2 million worth of, just so I'm correct, yeah, 2 million worth of Bitcoin at stake, and everybody can get like a little piece of it pretty much. Now, at the start of the subscription period, the BTC CRO spot price is 1 Bitcoin to 100,000 CRO. Now, after applying the 50% discount, subscription price is fixed at 1 Bitcoin to 50,000 CRO. And you want to apply your 16,000 CRO towards subscribing for the Bitcoin in the sale. Now, if the sale is 100% subscribed, the total amount of CRO applied by all sale participants will be 200 times that amount, and that's 10,000 CRO. So they gave some examples just in case you need to understand exactly how the whole thing works. I want to see if I can copy and paste this, because I honestly still believe I am not sharing my screen, which is driving me absolutely crazy. But let me see if I'm able to paste that in the chat. No, that doesn't look nice at all. Okay, doesn't look nice at all. The general idea is this whole thing is going on for 24 hours. And after that, they're going to take about a day to go over the whole process and make sure that everyone gets what they deserve, right? And you get the amount that is based off of what you staked in the first place. So this whole thing is going to end, I would say, in about 2 days. And 2 days from now, once the whole process is over and they've allocated everything, you're going to get a notification asking you if you want to accept the amount of Bitcoin that you're due based on the amount of CRO that you put in. Now, once you have that put down, the next thing that's going to happen is you have the opportunity to say, hey, I don't want this, or, definitely give it to me. I don't see any reason why anybody will say they don't want Bitcoin at 50% off. Definitely don't see any reason why that's going to be a bad deal. So once you have that in place as well, next thing is You can transfer that money back to the app on your phone, and you can go on to do pretty much anything you want to do. You could sell that money and, you know, have it put back in your bank account directly, or even better, you know, you could get into the crypto earn feature and stake some coins and keep earning more. Because like I said, this whole thing happens every 2 weeks. It's super exciting. There's been a lot of noise going on YouTube about it, like I would say all week. And so it'll be interesting to see how this whole thing plays out, because again, this is my first time doing it. Now, I've been staking on the platform, I would say, for about 2 weeks now. And so far, it's looking really good. Regardless of the fact that Wirecard had that whole scandal issue and everything, I was super pleased to see that the MCO token held its price. Well, it dropped from when I got in, I think I got in about $5.30, and it dropped only to about, say, $4, maybe 10, 20 cents. So we saw what happened with BitConnect. We saw what happened with the Volcoin and a bunch of other coins that have come out, looked like decent projects. People were earning money, and then, you know, they just packed up and went. But these guys have actually, you know, been able to maintain that whole thing, and MCO price is actually rising. As of today, MCO is going at, give me a second, $4.33. So it's 5.55% up. So that again is another thing that I think is quite good, because it shows that, one, people still have faith in the platform. In fact, people have, I would say, renewed trust in the platform, because almost everybody is doing this right now. Crypto.com is blowing minds. Now, there are other apps that, other platforms that are allowing people, you know, earn interest, and some may arguably have better interest for low income people. So basically, if you aren't staking, or you don't aren't flush with cash, I should say, there are other platforms that you could try out. But the thing is, obviously, legitimacy is a concern. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's just the way I'm looking at it, right? Now, once that whole thing is locked down and you get your coins and it's over, you could have your CRO. The strategy that I'm working with is I'm going to stake the CRO that I get back on the Crypto Earn platform. And I'm just going to, you know, hang on to that in the flexible one, because if you lock it in, say, for 1 month or 3 months, then honestly, you're going to miss out on a bunch of syndicate events. But then if it's in the flexible one, you can withdraw that at any time, quickly move it over to the exchange, rinse and repeat. It's probably going to become a culture for most people until like a bunch of people catch on, and then, you know, we'll see how things go. But as always in everything, it's always good to be cautious. So I understand that. And they were nice enough, like I said in my last video, to make a non-custodial wallet where you are truly in charge of your private keys. Problem most people have with staking is you lock your funds up on a platform and you have no access to those funds. And so it can get a bit tricky, you know, if you think about it. Like, if anything goes wrong, especially with the kind of FUD that we just saw, if your funds are locked in, your funds are locked in. And then you just have to hope that they have a decent insurance policy to get you out of it. But so far, everything's been pretty good. Crypto.com is shining. I mean, they are a glossy way to go. And wow, this is 3:49 a.m. and I'm up here talking about them rather than sleeping. I have to get to work in like, what, 5 hours or so? So go figure. But this is a big deal to me because it's something that I'm working on actively right now. And I guess I just really wanted to share that with everybody. I'm going to do a follow-up video after I figure out how this whole thing pans out. Because again, I'm really still not sure how this whole filming process is going, but we shall see. And it should be interesting if I come out looking silly at the end or if I don't. But 50% off Bitcoin. You will be buying your Bitcoin again at $4,560. And so that's definitely something that I think everyone should partake in, and, you know, enjoy the benefits, just see how it goes, see what it's all about. So if you have any questions or anything like that, definitely let me know in the comments. I am always ready to help out and, you know, give advice. It might be a bit tricky at the start when you try and, you know, get set up on the app. But I'm dropping all the links that are required in the comment section. First one I put is my referral link again, just so if you don't have the app, you could sign up, get started with $50 worth of MCO. and then, send your Bitcoin over and handle things from there. And afterwards, the next link is the Syndicate exchange, so you can follow through on the process. I hope this whole thing shared the screen right, and so we shall see how it goes. But as always, like I said, this has been, my little taste on this, and I just want to share that with everyone. Now, I want to know a few things. I want to know if you've been using the app. I want to know if you've had any issues so far. If you're based out in the UK, what's been your experience? Drop something in the comment just so people could know that, the platform is A, doing what it's supposed to do, and B, if you're pleased with the whole setup. Also, if you do get in on the Syndicate event, because I'm assuming it's moving slowly right now because most people are still probably asleep in several parts of the world. But whereas 11,089 subscribers right now, the max count is 25,000. So if you haven't jumped on this, definitely do. I mean, it's you could definitely do worse than half off on Bitcoin, right? And you don't even need to break the bank because the actual truth is, if you haven't already staked CRO tokens, you're probably just going to be able to send a maximum amount of 1,600 CRO. I'm going to say that again. If you are not staking any CRO on the platform, if you're not staking up to 10,000 CRO on the platform specifically, you're only going to be able to participate with this with about a max amount of 1,600 CRO. That's equivalent to a maximum allocation of $200 US, which you will be getting at half price. So that should also give you a general idea of how much you could send over to the platform just to get started and get the whole thing set up. Now, definitely let me know if you have any questions. If you have any comments, put them down there. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel, guys. And I hope a bunch of you get to watch this video and get some Bitcoin. If you do, let me know. I'm gonna cut this short. Gotta go to bed. It's been a fun one, but I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.